and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, whatever time it is where you are. Good that time to you. This is Monique back with another diary episode. You guys, let me tell you how this lady came into my store the other day. And, first I was driving to my store and somebody from the fabric store called me. Now, this lady from the fabric store is up the street from my store. So she called me and said, "Hey, Monica, there's a customer here who needs a quick alteration. Are you on your way in?" And it was about to be the time that my store was opening. So I had just parked my car. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I just parked my car. I'll be there in like 5 minutes." So she was like, "Okay, yeah, this lady is an old friend. So I recommended you for this service, but she does need it today, so it would be a rush order." So I said, okay, rush orders are going to start at the price a little bit higher depending on what the alteration is. But as long as she know that for sure, just send her over. So I get to my store and I see this lady as I'm walking up, and it is a lady that I recognize. This lady is a woman who I banned from my store. Literally years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. Pre-pandemic, I'm pretty sure. But this lady is a person who, number one, is already like my least favorite type of customer, which is a customer who always talks bad about themselves and their body. Because a customer for my business in like tailoring, dresses, evening wear, custom dressmaking, alterations, whatever. In that business, if you have a customer who doesn't like themselves and doesn't like their body, anything you make will be horrible because it is on their body that they already hate. So, number one, problem there. But I remember also she was very rude to me or somebody who worked at my store at the time. Again, I don't remember exactly what happened, but you know how people say you might not remember somebody's words, but you remember how they made you feel? I remember specifically this lady being banned from my store because she was so rude and disrespectful to either me and somebody who worked at my store or somebody who worked at my store. Either way, so soon as I see her, I was like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm good. Do you remember me?" And I said, "Yeah, you're banned. Yeah, I remember you. You banned from my store. Yeah." She was like, "Oh my God." Mind you, this is like an older lady. "Oh my God. I was really sick back then. I was going through some health issues. I'm so sorry if I was rude to you. I was really going through some health issues." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, I understand people go through things. It's really no excuse to be rude, though." Yeah, that's really not an excuse. What are you trying to come over here for? Did you tell the lady at the fabric store that we knew each other? She was like, "Oh, no, I wasn't sure if this store was under new ownership." I said, "Oh, no, I still own it. Yeah, I still own my store. Yep, because it's mine." She said, "Oh, I just need this quick alteration. I just need this hem. I just need this fabric added to the bottom of my shirt because I want the shirt to be longer because I'm just so fat. I'm just so fat that my stomach hangs over. So I just wanted you to add this fabric to the bottom because I'm fat and I need to cover my stomach." And I'm like, okay, again, this is the way you talk about yourself. And as she's saying the word fat, she's like grabbing her stomach, right? So I'm already like, all right, ma'am, like let's. I was like, well, it's going to be, I was like, and mind you, this is an alteration that probably would normally be $25. I was like, it would be $100 because the same day rush order. So if that's not in the price range, I completely understand. But, I really need you to know that you were really disrespectful and rude, and matter of fact, never mind. I won't even take the order. And she was like, "Oh, no, wait. I'll give you 100. I'll give you 100." And I was like, "Yeah, you give me 100, but I'm really contemplating whether I want to take this order because I do remember how you acted in my business, and I just don't think it's worth, working with you again. I'm just not." She was like, "Oh, no, I'm a completely different person now. I appreciate you so much. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Please just take this order. Please just take this order. And please, because I just really need this shirt to be longer to cover my fat." And, And I was like, "Miss, I will take this order, but I just need you to know that the way you treat people is not something to be easily forgotten or dismissed. And while I will take this order today because I did have a slow day or a slow week, honestly, in the store that week, for future reference, I will not be able to work with you." So she was like, "Oh my God, just thank you so much. I appreciate you so much." And whatever. So she says she needs this item by 3 p.m. because she's going to an event at 4. So, and mind you, this was like the second I opened the store is that she came in. So whatever. So I was like, okay, I can have it done by 3. Fine. After she leaves, she calls me maybe an hour or 2 later. "Hey, can you actually have it done by 2? And I was like, 2 p.m.? And she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, no, absolutely not." "Oh, well, I really need it by 2 because I have to be dressed by 3. So if you could just get it done by 2, then I would really appreciate it." And I was like, "Oh, no. I can't get it done by 2 because I told you earlier 3. And I have other things that I'm working on today. Obviously, this was a rush order. Obviously, I had things planned to work on today before your order came in. So if you need it by 3, then maybe you can come back and pick it up and then maybe find somebody else who can do it within a half hour or an hour." "Oh, no, I really can't find anybody else." "Yeah, so then I think you would have to wait until 3 because I have to have time to sew this on." And then a piece of it had to be hand sewn because of the way it was. So I already knew, obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time than just running something through the machine. So, because a part of it had fur on it and I needed to hand sew the fur. So, so she was like, okay. If you could just please, by 2:45, by 2:30, if anything, just please let me know. I am so grateful. I just love you so much. I'm so grateful. Everything about you is the earth's son. So I'm like, okay. We get off the phone. I finished the previous order that I already had before she came in this morning. And I finished that order. And then I started working on her order. Mind you, that's around like 1 p.m. Right? So I ended up finishing her order at 2:15. I contemplated, should I tell her that she should still pick it up at 3? But no, I was kind. So I texted her at 2:15 and I said, "Hey, the order is done. It's ready for pickup." Because she had already told me previously that she was going to be sending somebody else to pick up the order because she had errands to run or whatever. So I was like, "Yeah, you can tell whoever, that the order is ready for pickup and they can come and whatever." So they picked it up. Mind you, of course, when she came in and made the order, I had already had her pay up front because rush orders are full payment up front. So that was that. So, so that was that order. What do you guys think? I think I should not have taken it. I think that I probably should have been like, you know what? As much as you beg and plead and whatever health issues you were going through, there's no exception because there really still is no exception for being rude and disrespectful to somebody, in their business or just in the service industry. I think a lot of people really do think that people in some service industries, like being a seamstress, a tailor, a waitress, a gardener, whatever, I think they really think that they can speak down to this person in those fields, and the person is just supposed to be able to take it and then still deliver a quality item for them or output for them. And the answer is no. So yes, I took it because obviously this was already a referral from a lady at the fabric store who I am close with. But 2, because it was a slow week and I wanted a couple extra dollars to put towards other things. But yeah, so I was contemplating that. That is the Thought of the day. I probably should have said no, really, and whatever happened to her event happened. Because I do honestly think that the times where I do say no, every time that I have said no to bad money, because I do believe that it's bad money, every time I have said no, I always get rewarded 3 times, 4 times, 17 times as much. So I probably should have said no so that God could know that I learned my lessons from the past and all money is not good money. And he would have rewarded me with a $2,000 order within an hour. But anyway, I did the order. All right, you guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Oh, make sure you count your blessings before you count your money. Stay blessed. Bye.